Imagine a world where your voice doesn't matter, where your family's future is controlled by strangers thousands of miles away. This was Nigeria in 1929, and yet, out of oppression, courage was born. This is the story of the Aba Women's Riot, a protest led not by soldiers or politicians, but by women. Women who refused to be silenced. Women who shook a nation. Nigeria, 1929. The British colonial government had introduced new taxes, direct taxation on men. But these taxes were just the tip of the iceberg. The real power grab. British officials claimed the right to register men for taxes without consulting the women, the real backbone of the communities. In the southern eastern region of Nigeria, women had long wielded influence in trade, land disputes, and local governance. Yet, suddenly their voices were dismissed. Women who ran markets, negotiated trade, and controlled local economies found themselves ignored by men who were forced to pay the colonial taxes. The spark came in November 1929 in the city of Aba. Rumors spread that the colonial authorities were forcing men to pay taxes, and women were furious. If our men are being taxed, we must be consulted, they said. Thousands of women, mothers, traders, daughters gathered. Their weapons were simple: courage, determination, and their voices. They carried sticks, stones, and even small tools from their work, and they marched straight towards the colonial offices. The colonial authorities were stunned. They had never faced a protest like this. Thousands of women, united, organized, unstoppable. The women confronted British officials, demanding that their concerns be heard. The protest escalated. The women were met with military force, but they refused to back down. They burned colonial symbols, destroyed properties used to enforce the taxes, and shouted their defiance. History estimated that over 10,000 women participated, and the movement spread across the region from Aba to Owerri and beyond. This wasn't just a protest, it was a revolution, a woman led revolution that challenged the might of an empire. These women were ordinary mothers, traders, and wives, yet they became extraordinary leaders. They organized their communities, communicated through drum signal and market networks, and coordinated their strikes. Their bravery came at cost. Many women were injured, some arrested, and the colonial government retaliated harshly. But their courage sent a message loud and clear. Oppression could not go unchallenged. The Aba Women's Riot became a symbol of resistance, showing the world that power doesn't only come from guns and armies, it comes from unity and courage. The Aba Women's Riot forced the colonial government to reconsider its policies. It inspired future generations of Nigerian women to speak out, resist, and fight for their rights. It wasn't just a protest, it was a turning point. The riot revealed that women were not just passive observers of history, they were its makers. Their courage laid the groundwork for future struggles for independence and women's rights in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. The Aba Women's Riot teaches us a timeless lesson. Courage is contagious and power of unity is unstoppable. It reminds us that a change often comes from the most unexpected places. Sometimes the ones society underestimates. Women, mothers, daughters are the ones who shake the world. So the next time you hear someone say, you can't make a difference, remember the Aba women. They didn't fight taxes. They fought for dignity, respect, and justice. And they won a place in history, even though it came at a price. Like, comment, and share if their story inspires you.